What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So just on a morning walk, and I thought I might talk a little bit about what is going on when it comes to any potential of a gas rebate or anything coming in the future. So the main thing I want to talk about today is Washington Post put out an article yesterday, and they were talking about this gas rebate, because if you remember, there was talk of a gas rebate probably about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. You had Speaker Pelosi talking about it. You had the White House talking a little bit about doing something, tax holiday, gas tax holiday. They wanted to do something. They weren't clear on what they wanted to do, and they kind of got it to the point where the gas rebate was the best option at the time. They didn't want to do anything else. The other options were not really viable. Of course, they released more gas from the reserves, so we anticipated that. But as far as anything further, the gas rebate was the only thing that we kept hearing politicians going to. So it was interesting when they stopped talking about it. And when they stop talking about anything, you know it's bad news, because that means that they're moving on. But in this situation, it was interesting because one of the reasons, and we're finding this information out now because we have aides in the White House coming out and saying this was the reason, or one of the reasons. The chips to make these debit cards that they were going to issue out, there's a shortage. And so because of that shortage, they wouldn't be able to print out enough cards or create enough cards with that little chip in order to send out to the American people. That's how bad it is. That's how bad these shortages are affecting everyone. Not just at the pump, not just when you go to the grocery store, but also for making new vehicles, for a variety of different things. These chips are essential. And so that was another reason why they stopped talking about the rebate, the gas rebate, because the plan was to have debit cards, send out debit cards. I'm guessing they're thinking that would be easier than sending out checks. And what they wanted to do is they wanted these cards to be specific and you're only able to use them at gas stations, I guess is the plan, or was the plan. And so now it looks like the White House is revisiting the whole gas rebate. And that's good news for people who are struggling right now. And I mean, I think we're all struggling at the pump, just looking at gas prices continue to rise. We know the national average is over $5. The anticipation is that we could see it over $6 by the end of the summer, which would be just something that I can't even, wow. I mean, right now, I'm already paying over $6 because I live in Southern California. But if you can imagine, if the average price goes over $6, in California, we're gonna be paying close to $8. Because right now, the national average is over $5, and we're paying high sixes right now. And so the fact that Washington, the Biden administration is considering it's back on the table when it comes to gas rebate, I think that's good. Now, it's good for temporary relief, but it's not good long term, because long term, you have to understand these gas rebates, they start sending out, let's say they start sending out these debit cards, people start using this to purchase gas. Now we're setting another level, a new normal when it comes to gas prices, because people can afford it. Temporarily they can afford it, so that might shoot gas prices even higher. So that's the fear. And so we'll have to see what they do in the future when it comes to the whole situation with gas. There's no easy fix, and we're talking about a global market. And I know Everyone wants to blame the president. It's easy to blame the president because he's in control, right? That's the way people see it, even though we have split government. But when we look at it, the president's the easy person to blame. It's hard to blame Congress because who do you blame? The Democrats, the Republicans? You blame certain Democrats, certain Republicans. So it's hard. That's a hard thing to do. But when you look at the president, you say, you know what? This is your economy. It's your fault. But when we're looking at gas prices, it is a global market. And that means that gas prices all over the world are going up. And because we're looking at this war in Ukraine, and we said, hey, we're not going to buy oil from Russia anymore. Although it was only a small portion that we were buying, some other countries were buying a lot more. And because they were buying a lot more, and because we're in a global market, that drives the price of oil up all over the world. And so it'll be interesting to see what they do. But we're starting out, I mean, summer's here. People are ready to go on trips. Some people have already said they're not going on trips. They're not going to travel. And so, and just because they can't afford it. I was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she's going to be going to Las Vegas. So from Southern California to Las Vegas, it's about 3.5 to 4 hours. And she was already concerned because they have a truck and they have to fill that truck up. $200 probably, easily 200, maybe 220 just to get there, and then another 220 to get back. I mean, it's insane how expensive it is. And some people are looking at that and saying, you know what, we're just not gonna travel. We'll do something close. Maybe we'll go rent an Airbnb out by the beach or something. I'm talking about Southern California. Some of my friends go out by the beach, rent something where they don't have to drive a long distance and just kind of be away from your house, but still be close enough to where you're not paying a lot for gas. And so I just wanted to give you a quick update when it comes to the gas rebate cards. They are still considering them, but I think at this point it would be a temporary fix. But we'll have to see if they move forward. We'll have to see if they really have enough chips, the chips that they were talking about, if they actually have enough and they can send those out to the American people. But I think the main thing is, and I don't know why this is, but if they're sending out this gas rebate, they only want it to go for gas. They don't want to just send out a rebate and allow people to use it for different things. Although gas prices are driving up the price of everything, so just sending out a debit card that you can use on groceries and gas, I don't see that as being a problem. But it looks like they want to have it specifically for gas. So I don't even know how they would work that out, but that's just something I don't know. I don't know the details of how you do that, but that's what we're looking at right now. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, and happy Father's Day weekend. So happy Juneteenth as well. So I will talk to you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell notification. I am going to do more premieres. This is probably not going to be a premiere video because for the most part it's going to be short, but longer videos, 12 to 20 minutes is kind of my range there where I'll do premiere video. So you can come in, you can chat with me, you can ask me questions. So we'll be doing more of those on the way. And I will be going back to Colombia in a week. So I'll be in a different location. So I'm just preparing you guys for that. And we'll talk a little bit more about what I call the inflation vacation. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.